I know everybody wants to know about the stuff, but the stuff is everywhere. The stuff is everywhere. You just see it, and you don't know what it can become, but it all has possibilities. So that's why I have a lot of stuff in my house. Everything has a possibility for change. So yeah, this is my wall of wonders, my biodiversity. When my son was little, he used to have a nature shelf, and I enjoyed that so that I had to have my own. And then it kind of moves over here to time and place again, and I like it kind of moves down to shells, and there's even some fossils in there and bones. So, history, change. This is my studio. It's kind of full of stuff because everything has a possibility, so it's very hard. I think that's what hoarders say too, but it's very hard to have less stuff because it's always in use, you know? So I keep it all stored away here, and you can see some of my collections. And this is my buffaloes, but I don't know that they'll remain buffaloes. Everything, changes, and I like to be part of that, seeing things change.
We had a friend in Los Angeles who was the meditation teacher, was in his group that we met, and he was also a great art collector, Dr. Edward Wirtz. And he once said about Shannon's art that it infinitely rewards the eye that lingers on it. And I thought that was such a great and true expression. I've lived with some of Shannon's pieces now for a dozen or more years, and they become like members of the family. You just keep on wanting to go back and look at them again and again.
There are characters in my pieces but again, they kind of make themselves up, and I put them together, and it's just like people, they do that too. And then you kind of put them together in your mind, but that you might not be right, but that's what you come up with. And I think everybody, when they look at them, can kind of come up with that. And some people just come up with the stuff, they recognize it, or it's nostalgic to them, as something they've seen in their mother's house or their grandmother's house. And so that's the kind of story for them too. So people can relate to it in all different kinds of ways. Well, my process is to actually kind of stay out of it as much as possible, and that's what I like about the breaking, because you don't have a lot of control, and then you have to kind of work with what you have and make connections and see it in a different way and maybe join it to something else.
Absolutely, her art is all about connections, and what I really love about Shannon is that same way that she looks for connections between found objects and inner art, she also does with ideas. She's very great to talk to because she's always finding interesting connections between things, and she just has a very original and personal way of seeing the world.
There's a Buddhist saying that form is emptiness and emptiness is form, and I sort of feel like I get right at that when I crack something and I have the pieces and then I put them back another way. That I've come to the heart of life in a way. Form is emptiness, emptiness is form. In other words, we're always changing. It's all liquid. Don't freeze it up. Lamps are a little limiting. I mean, in what you can say with them and how much what shapes you can make. So I was very grateful when I came to LeMieux and they said, don't just do lamps, do other things. And so I felt kind of set free by that, and I've really been enjoying my association with them because of that. I'm Shannon Landis Hansen, and this is my show BA-ROKE at the LeMieux Gallery in New Orleans.